Hey there Disney Glam Fam, and welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, welcome! My name is Jasem, aka Awesome Jasem, and I want to thank you for clicking on this video. On this channel, we like to celebrate Disney, beauty, fashion, and lifestyle. So if you like any or all of those things, consider bippity-boppity bopping that subscribe button, ring the bells of notification so you're instantaneously notified when I post something new, and please leave a big old thumbs up at the end of this video if you liked it all the way through. Now I'm sure you probably are all thinking, Jasem, what the heck is that thing that you're holding? Well, let me tell you, this is a replica of the mask that Princess Kida uses in Atlantis The Lost Empire. Now, let me back up just a minute. So, in this video today, I'm going to be sharing with you guys another forgotten favorite. That's right, myself and Syria from DreamItDIY decided to put together a continuous series every single month that celebrates a specific forgotten favorite Disney film. This month, we are celebrating Atlantis.
And to commemorate the occasion, of course, I had to wear my Atlantis shirt that Syria herself made for me for my birthday last year.
On the front, it has Atlantis with the Atlantis symbol. And then on the back, I'm not sure if it's really gonna pick up, it has Princess Kida. If I have a picture of it, I'll just insert it because clearly I don't know what I'm doing here. But anywho, so today I wanted to share with you guys this mask that I created. Now, I was gonna do a step-by-step tutorial, but I had fun just creating it on a whim. I will walk you through how I did create it, however. So if you wanted to create your very own mask, maybe it's for a cosplay, maybe it's for a costume, you're more than welcome to do it yourself. So I'm excited because a group of us who absolutely love the film decided to come together and celebrate our forgotten favorites. I will make sure to leave all of them listed down in the description box below. So, this is a mask that I recreated just by a picture, which I will post right here or somewhere for you guys to see. That's my reference photo that I was using to create this mask. And I wanted to create something that was simplistic and pretty much cost effective. Obviously, costumes can get very pricey, so sometimes it's nice to get very resourceful with your materials. So this was very, very simple to make. I'm gonna go ahead and share with you guys in the next video what products I used to create this mask.
All right, here are the items you need for this project. So you're gonna need some blue craft foam board. You're gonna need an assortment of white, gold, and purple crafting foam in different thicknesses. You'll also need some sheer iridescent blue fabric, and you're gonna need some raffia. I decided to pick up mine in teal. Now, you'll also need some wrapping paper to create a stencil, and some of the tools you'll need will be, of course, twinkle lights for a glowing effect, some scissors, you're gonna need some tape, hot glue, and I forgot to mention an X-Acto knife.
So everything that I shared with you guys was fairly simple to get. I picked up all of mine at my local Hobby Lobby. You can get it at any sort of craft store or even Walmart or Target. But the foam board was really the basis of this mask. So I basically took the wrapping paper and started to sketch out a shape that replicated the facial feature or the skull look of the mask that I showed in the reference photo. Once I got something I was happy with in terms of dimension, like how big it was gonna be on me and how big it would fit on the board, I started to cut that stencil out of the wrapping paper, and then I traced it onto the foam board. So this foam board, actually I only used about half of it, was more than enough for this project. So I laid out my template, I sketched it out on the foam board, and then I used a combination of my X-Acto knife and a box cutter to cut it out. Now, once I got the shape that I wanted, I knew I needed to create like eye holes because in my mind, I wanted something that actually glowed like in the film. So in the film, when the people of Atlantis actually come across Milo and the rest of the gang that's actually trying to find the lost city, they all have these masks and they have glowing features like the eyes and inside the mouth. So I wanted to create something that kind of replicated that, and I created these eye holes in the foam board, and I laid down some opalescent fabric just to kind of give a filter through, and then behind it I did put some twinkle fairy lights. So that was just something very simple, also lightweight so it wasn't so heavy. And then yeah, that was how I created like this spacing. So next I wanted to create all of the different features that I saw in my reference photo, and I didn't want it to be, again, too heavy. So I started thinking, what sort of supplies can I use that won't be too heavy on a mask of this frame? Now I can tell you this, I've seen on Etsy, I've seen on like different selling forums that people actually create full-on costume or cosplay replicas of the mask. That's awesome. If you're going to a convention, great. If you're using it for a show, that's awesome. I was just using this to kind of just give a nod to one of my favorite films. So I didn't need it to be the most, I guess, movie accurate. I just wanted something to kind of reference. So that's why I decided to use craft board and craft foam. So I picked up this craft foam because I knew it was going to be lightweight. It was the thickness that I was looking for. And basically, I just referenced my photo and created the different shapes. The nice thing about this project is that everything was very angular. So it wasn't too difficult to create the mask, so to say, because when I looked at, for instance, the eyebrows, they almost look like trapezoids. So I kind of followed the initial shape and then just angled it off where I needed. The nose was very much just a rectangle with a rounded bottom. And then these were just rectangles that I cut on an angle so I can glue them flat against the board. And I think it created a very easy but effective dynamic for the mask. Now, when it came to the mouth, again, I did the same thing for the eyes for the opening of the mouth, so that way the twinkle lights can shine through. And I used craft board, the same size of the cut, to create the teeth, and of course just a Sharpie. Now these little guys were fun to make because in the reference photo, as you can see, it almost was supposed to be like a scary mask to ward away any sort of predators or any sort of issues for the people of Atlantis. So they had these almost like jowl-like teeth that kind of came up and out. I tried to bend my craft foam and it does kind of stay bent, but not as much as I wanted. And then I created the bottom teeth. So again, most of this was just looking at my photo and referencing it. And again, this was very simple because I just cut out different pieces and started to play with it and piece it in. If it wasn't perfect, I would kind of take a little bit more off with scissors or things like that. So it was very simple to do. Now, up on the top in the reference photo, I did notice there was like a symbolic tribal purple like headpiece. So I created that again with craft foam because it was lightweight, it was thin, as you can see, it doesn't take up too much space or it's not too heavy, and I find that it just creates a very effective look. Now up on the top, it was a little bit more elaborate, and so I again used the white craft foam board to create these almost like headpiece elements that were on the mask. And I glued a glittery gold foam piece to the front. That way it was a little bit more sturdy, so when it sat up here, it kind of stuck up and out. Now, last but not least, we do have the center piece right here, which again is very similar to the head pieces over here, but I created the shape that I noticed was referenced again in the photo, and I glued a beautiful bright red bead right in the middle. It just gave it more of a like rustic look in my opinion, and I feel like it pulled everything together. Now last but certainly not least, all of this beautiful teal raffia. Now I had so much fun looking for this.
That was me being sarcastic.
And that was mostly because I waited to the last minute, but I was able to find this raffia at Party City. So I took one of the table wrappings and I just decided to cut it up and glue it all around the perimeter. So that way, anyone who is using it will be able to be camouflaged behind it. So Again, if I was a person of Atlantis and I was like warding off people, I can have this in front of me and kind of like pull out my hand or have a weapon or things like that. And it would just be fun, and also it would just be a great tactic to scare away anyone that's coming to the Lost City. So I just wanted to take a moment and share that with you. I know it was a little bit different than other things that I've done here in the past for the Forgotten Favorites, such as makeup tutorials, crafting tutorials. I wanted to just sit down and share with you guys verbally what I did. So I really hope you enjoyed it. If you haven't seen the movie Atlantis, where have you been? It's on Disney Plus. So my homework for you guys is to go and watch the movie. Are you guys Team Atlantis? Let me know down in the comment section below. I hope you all enjoyed this video thoroughly. I had so much fun challenging myself to create her mask with resourceful and easy to obtain materials. I hope you all enjoyed this. Maybe later on in the future I will consider putting together a full step-by-step tutorial, but for today I just wanted to share my love and appreciation for the Atlantis film. If you guys enjoyed this video, you know exactly what to do. Leave a big old thumbs up so I know you liked it all the way through. As always, stay beautiful, my friends, but most importantly, have a magical day. Bye! Ooga shaka, ooga shaka, ooga, ooga, ooga shaka. I can't stop this feeling.